Hey, YouTubers, how are you doing? It's Angela Logan bringing you everyday shenanigans. I want to start this show off with this topic, rather, about squatters. Now, for those of you who do not know what a squatter is someone who takes it upon him or herself to break into your home and live there, whether the home is occupied or not. I want to send a great big shout out to Mr. O'Shea. He does a wonderful program on YouTube in Detroit, filming homes, apartments that they go to rescue their property, clean them up, check on them, and lo and behold, there's people living in them that aren't supposed to be there. Either they broke in and or stopped paying rent and refused to vacate the premises. So, let me say I live in East Tennessee. Many people here may not have even heard of a squatter or knew what a squatter is. So, now you know. People who just take over your house, your home, apartment, whatever property you have, and just stay there and refuse to leave. Let me tell you something. Because when I've watched his show, I would just get so livid and just like, what in the world? What in the world would possess something with 2 feet to break into a property, a home, and just move in, rig up the electricity, and stay there? And guess what? Some of them don't have water on. Yeah, so mind you, how are they bathing? How are they flushing the toilet? Now, some will rig up some old fake documents so they can go down to the little city and turn on some water, maybe even the power. And you know it takes a dedicated and crafty mind to go rig up fake documents, pretending to be that person, homeowner, whatever, renter, and get power, on, gas, whatever. But you watch YouTube. For those of you who indulge in YouTube, please check out the videos that many people have posted on YouTube, because they are just like outrageous, and it's crazy to think that you may own a house but no one's living in that house. Let's say you haven't rented it out to anyone, or you haven't sold the house, the bank owns it, whatever the situation is, and one day, let's say, you go to your property and there's curtains hanging up. Oops, your key doesn't work. And you're thinking, what's going on here? Oh, Pookie and Ray Ray and Lakeisha, whomever, have decided to take over your place. And now you've got to hold a conversation with them, try not to put your hands on them, and ask them what the hell they doing in your house. Yeah, I'm using improper English because you cannot use proper English on this storyline. I'm sorry, people. No proper English today. Boo Boo, how'd you get in here? And then, of course, they come up with the craziest lines. Great acting, mind you. They should be doing what I'm doing. I live here. This is my house. And then you go back and forth. No, this is not your house. This is my house. And then they going to say, well, show me the deed or the paperwork. And then you're going to argue back, well, why should I show you the deed? No, you show me your deed. Since you live here, you own the place, and you show me your deed. Back and forth, back and forth. Can you imagine going back and forth with another two-legged creature about your property? Who wants to argue about their own? You see, I laugh when I watch these shows, because in my mind, I'm thinking, this is the day when I have decided to give the devil all I got, because he's surely going to get it, because they going to get it too. I would say one thing. I'm not going to argue with you. That's something I'm not going to do. I don't do it with a human now. That arguing with another two-legged creature, oh, you will never get a chance to argue with you back and forth. I'm not even about to waste my breath. All I'm going to say to you is one or two things. It's going to go kind of like this. This your house. You say this is your house. You telling me this is not my house. Okay. I will come back, and I'm coming back deep. Do you understand what I'm saying? And when I mean deep, I mean I'm bringing some of your kind, some Pookies and some Ray Rays, and we either gonna come plywood, nails, hammer, and or a gas can. Yeah, I said it. And I will come back and knock on the door and let you know, hello, I have come back, and I have come back to retrieve my property, which is rightfully mine. And it's either going to go one or two ways, homeboy, homegirl. I'm either going to nail you shut up in here, or I'm going to light it up. So you take your pick which way you want to go. You want to be boarded up, or do you want to go in flames? See, you can't play with these people. See, all that talking with them and going back and forth, who got the right, who got the paper, You just tell them, okay, you say it's yours. The first time you approach them in the home, apartment, whatever, you leave and you come back renegade style. You come back, like I said, plywood, nails, hammer, and or the gas can with actual gas inside. Who got something to say? What they got to say? Because let me tell you something. Even if we didn't do the gas can, because I know some of you thinking, now, Angela, that's not ladylike. And you know you trying to live right. You shouldn't talk like that. Yeah, well, guess what? I'm out of church right now, and I'm keeping it 100. You got to put fear in these monkeys, because guess what? They don't care. Anybody bold enough to break into your house and move in it, put furniture in it, go rig up documents to turn lights and gas and all that on, you already know they are defiant, and they are the type that will go down in flames, because that's how they live. They do not care nothing about you. So you have to have the same mentality as they do. Let them know, hey, I'm coming for mine, and you coming up out of here. Because we now see, watching the show in Detroit, the O'Shea show, Detroit city government don't care nothing about somebody stealing your house or staying in your apartment building rent-free for 6, 7, 8 months, because they consider it a civil matter. And so who has time to be ripping and running, going back and forth to the court, arguing with a judge about their place, you showing the appropriate documents to prove that this is your home, your apartment building? Who has that kind of time? That's a waste of time. It's a waste of life. I don't sit up and be arguing with nobody about nothing. Like I said, we got the hammer and the nails. This is how it's going to go. You're going to get boarded up in here. We'll come back in a couple of days. You will have starved to death if you ain't got nothing to eat. Now, it's 100 degrees outside. You'll melt up in here. It's on you. Because let me tell you something. You bring 4 or 5 people with some hammers and nails and drills, electric drills. What fool gonna sit up in there? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because in their right mind, you coming with the gas can, they might say, oh, nah, this fool ain't gonna set this place on fire, because they're standing out here in broad daylight with a gas can, and that they'll go down and go to jail for setting their own place on fire. Well, hey, who knows? Maybe that's how crunk they want to get. You got crunk and stole their place, so they can get crunk and set it on fire. But I will say this. I'm going to say this so people won't think I'm into, committing a crime or promoting committing a crime. Take your gang of folks with you. I mean, the type of people that's serious about business. And like I said, take your nails and your hammer and your plywood and start banging and nailing stuff shut, windows and doors. And let me tell you, they will come out of there. Because the thought of being boarded up inside of a home or apartment, you think about that for a minute. Who wants that? They take all the junk they want. They don't want to be boarded up in there. And they will come out of there. Because once they hear that zzz, that first drill, that nail, oh, somebody coming out of there with a pocketbook, a garbage bag, a Kroger bag, or something. They're coming up out of there. And let me tell you, you do what you have to do to seal the deal. To seal the deal. Oh, and for the other scenario where you come home from vacation and you got one of these animals up in your house living, because I saw a video on that about a year or two ago where a white lady had came home from vacation, and a black woman had to seize her place or had seized her home. She's up in there living, and the white woman is walking around talking to herself with her cell phone about how distraught she is about this human is in her house, would not leave. She don't know what to do. Yeah. Got to prove to the court that it wasn't a roommate situation or lover type situation, friend type situation. Can't put her out. Some states got this thing where if mail comes to that address for 30 days, they stay there. Just craziness. Let me tell you something. If I come in my house, I don't care if it's a house, a condo, a shed, apartment. If you up in here, when I get here, as an old man used to say back in the day, it's going to be some smoke in the city. And you take that however you want to take it. But let me tell you, you're going to be carried out. Old saying, by 6, won't be by 2. So, try me. I'm that sister I would, oh baby, bye. What is you talking about? I wish a heathen would come up in here and talk about, I live here, I got a lease, let me show you, woo. Ooh, baby, let me tell you, all the little figurines and crystals will be broke down because I tear this place down. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to have that type of attitude because these people are doing this all over America, seizing people homes and apartments, moving in them whether they're vacant or not. And let me tell you, if you got to go ham up in there, you do it because my understanding is once you have broken into someone's home, well, they've broken the law. And you are to protect yourself in your house. And so I don't see how you should be standing in court arguing with somebody, a judge, about somebody that broke into your house and is sleeping in your bed, eating your food, and you got to prove that they don't stay there. This ain't your friend. You don't know him. Woo. You didn't invite him to live. You didn't sublet the place. You got to prove. I'm not going to prove nothing to no judge. I'm not going to no court. I ain't going to do none of that. I'm going to beat you where you stand, right there. Johnny on the spot. That's how you going to get it. And I think a lot of people need to just beat them down inside of a house. Because this running the court and trying to do all this old crazy stuff, how's that going to work? How is that going to work? Now, some may say I'm condoning violence, but you know you sound ridiculous even saying that because you know good and well you are not about to come put the key up in your own house and stay up in there with a stranger and not say nothing. And they sitting there, will not move, will not budge, and you gonna tell me you just gonna sit up in there and let them stay up in there? You mean to tell me you wouldn't fight to the death to get them out that apartment or that home? Yes, you would. And by law, you have every right to protect yourself in your home. Because once they push the door open, the window, it is breaking and entering, and all bets are off. I'll talk to you guys later. Drop your comments below. See you later. Bye.